this marijuana is going to save my life right now because guess what? You know, without Indians, we probably wouldn't have this shit. You know that? Some of the best medicine in the world is Indian. I wanted to get my tattoos in Indian ink. I have a couple of them will be done in berries ink, like made from berries. That's what I wish I could. I wish I could do a lot of things. I wish for unlimited wishes to do those things. Look at that heater. Now it's as big as my hand. See how powerful big I am. I'm powerful again, the heater. Five steroids. In outer space, it's like something, something, something. I don't even know the measurement sequence is so huge. I don't know. I'm always thinking about alphanumeric sequences. Buried in paperwork. I have the fucking A Few Good Men goddamn scratch and itch without the Few Good Men here. I'm just sitting here buried in paperwork. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I'm kind of in the medical. I gotta get this fucking legal shit off my case. I mean, it's hard for me to think about another study subject when I'm sitting in a different one. Criminal law. Church donation stolen. Yeah. Hope some of it goes to me finally. Oh, a hypothesis I had about, I feel stupid using that word because I get made fun of a lot for it. Wow. Okay. Hypothesis is basically means an educated guess, but I'm just trying to spitball. I call it spitballing. My ex-best friend's dad, Bob Ellis, she said he died of cardiac arrest on the toilet, right? But he had CAD, coronary artery disease, which is like 3 times more by statistic to be found in men than women. And it usually starts around the discoloration in the legs, like around the knee-ish and down lower, towards your feet, and then it starts to, once it gets down there, it possibly turns into like neuropathy real bad, and then reverses all the way up to like almost gangrene. And so CAD, I was thinking about myself as an innie and an outie, and these in here, there's lymph nodes and stuff like that. There's also a main veins that run down the insides of the thighs. And the reason I think that coronary artery disease starts to show itself when you get older, like in your 50s-ish, is because a lot of times when gravity bites, your genitalia will start to sag. It will start to cause an obstruction in those areas. I don't know why they don't offer like scrotal lifts, like for when that happens, because and it should even be covered by insurance, because that's not even a cosmetic deal. Like I'm getting ready to have some surgery, so I wear a thing on the end sometimes, and the doctor told me about it. It's like phallus extensions, so I can have the biggest maximum one, and not just stuck with a tiny little shit. So anyways, my doctor up in LA, you better do that. Yeah. And so, but it's like the the things between my legs that I'm adapting to or attempting to adapt to, they're bothering me, right? And so just that, even before I even go there, is just thinking about there's balls. Also, the gland in your tongue when you gleek and that stuff comes out. It's the same thing for male genitalia when you have a prostate enlarged, irritated prostate, or excess fluid there needs to be drained, but it has to be probably like you have to poke a pin in there or something. There's no way to relieve it unless, like, depending on the person's chemical makeup, I guess sometimes Respirodol can help make fluids grow. Like it'll make cause gynecomastia in guys if you take medication like that for schizoaffective. Beta cortex medication makes your hormones secrete, so it'll make it either come out of your breasts or in the genitalia, which may make it just full enough and move it around enough for you to empty it on your own. But you'd have to beat your shit, to get it out. But I would assume. But the coronary artery disease is, I took a little walk, right? I stole one of my grandpa's 500 count bottles of nitroglycerin 0.4 milligram, and I walked down to Redondo Beach and I bought some spice, and it was Dragonfire spice. It was the best spice ever. And then I went to the Happy Retreads meeting in the Lano Club at 4 o'clock, and then after that ADD. After that, I went down to the bullpen, right, and I was sitting there. I had 2 phones on me. I was like, okay, I want to try this experiment, right? So I'm, by myself, of course. So I opened the bottle of nitroglycerin 0.4 milligram. Now, what these do is, in the event of a heart attack, I don't know what they do. I've never had one. But what they're supposed to do is stop a heart attack in its tracks, right? Just one, okay? So now I'm kind of studying this bottle. They usually come in like a quantity of 30, right? This was a 500 bottle, 500 count. So, and he had like several more on the counter. Otherwise, I wouldn't have took it at all. But for real, truth. So my theory was that usually when you get old, they have scalpel induced procedures and they take out the coagulated plaque that's inside of your arteries and put like stents in your heart and shit like that for eating, all throughout your life. So I put one of those pills under my tongue just to feel what it does, right? And instantly my entire blood vessels, my capillaries, everything from head to toe just opened up, right? Without being in cardiac arrest, without having any medical problems. So I had 911 on hold, like ready to dial, just in case I had a fucking, backwards attack. Like what happens if you don't have one, but you take one? Like I hope it doesn't give you one. But what I felt it do, I was like, all right. And so I rolled up like 6 joints of spice, no cigarettes, took the bus to Narbonne and PCH, and went into CVS, right? Did the BPO2 thing, the blood pressure thing, and it was like 120 some shit over, but my O2 sat was at 97%. Now that's what I was going for. So what I wanted to do was take like a lengthy walk, but not too fast or slow, like just enough to elevate my blood pressure. So I stopped and got some soda and some coffee, and I smoked like 2 or 3 spice joints on the walk, and then I probably must have taken like at the most maybe 6 at one time. A couple of times while I was walking, like when I felt like I was gonna peak, I just popped like 6 of them. I never popped more than 6, but it was just to see how like open it, like the more you take, the more open your blood temporarily feels, your capillaries and all that. So my deal is, if I raise my blood pressure, will I be able to pump out some of the coagulated plaque that may be within my system, and have it just process itself out of the body through however it figures its way out, instead of having, I don't know, myself cut open later and having shit like taken out. Like I've seen disasters in the ER. It's crazy, And so when I got up to Long Beach Boulevard in Del Amo, the CVS was just about to close, and I got to use the blood pressure machine. My O2 sat was at 100%, dude. By the time it was a 12-mile walk, nitroglycerin 0.4 milligram with a freaking crazy theory in my head. All spiced out with some good shit, but the cops raided the Redondo Beach location, dude. No More Spice, but that was some good shit. It helped me like think like an Asian dragon. You know, it really did. It's called Dragon Fire and Spice. I found it